Come on, let's be positive. Just stop right there. No negativity. Let's be positive. LBP. Let's be positive.
LBP, let's be positive. Lots to be positive about. You're still on holidays, so LBP's TMG is SMG, still in Sydney, although you've got the man flu. Doggies just on an absolute rock and roll ride at the moment. However, another bunker Botch-Up involving the Warriors and the Bulldogs, and this time Graham Annesley, instead of saying unacceptable, says it's a substantial error. As well as that, Leon MacDonald leaves the All Blacks because we're playing this weekend, and lots to talk about on that front as well. So, old Snifter in the background. How'd you pick up a cold on holiday, mate?
My brother's grandson. Right. He's running around sniffing everyone. You know, you're around kids, you get it.
Yeah,
you know.
I know.
So I've got the Bankstown flu, and I don't feel too bad. I've taken a few pills and a little bit of a cough coming on, but I've got a wedding on Friday, so hopefully I'm clear enough to do that. And just loving life, beautiful conditions, lovely weather. It's warm too, Martin. 27 expected today, right, 29 tomorrow.
And, of course, when your team is on a roll, they've won 5 in a row, and you sit there in 5th spot and people are talking about the potential of this side. It's so stupid, but we live our lives vicariously through our sports teams, and when they're rubbish, it does take its toll on us. So when things are going well, Matt, you got to celebrate.
Oh, Martin, it's just so nice to be reading positive things about me and my team. You know, so much talk about the story of the year potentially being the Bulldogs. The idea that, yes, if anyone can do it from outside the four, it could be us. Most of the great winning sides over the last 20 years have had the best defensive record. We've got that. So it's not just me thinking it's a possibility. I'm happy with it just being a possibility. Melbourne looked tremendous over the weekend, and I think the Panthers are on the way out, and I think Australia's ready for that. I think they're ready for the Bulldogs to be number one, Marty. I think they are.
Okay, well, I mean, again, you're surrounded by people who, of course, are just going to pee in each other's pockets and continually pump the tyres up on this. But the Storm are by far and away the best team as far as this round robin goes. The Roosters are on a ride as well, and they look pretty good in second spot. Your confidence levels in terms of being able to catch one of those top 4 teams are what?
Yeah, I'm not catching one. I just, for about the last 5 or 6 weeks, I've thought the way this competition is and the way the draws looked, I really thought 5th was probably going to be the best we could be. There is a chance we could sneak in, but look, I think we're probably going to have to do it from outside the 8. The Sharks are playing very well too, Martin, but I don't think Penrith. I think if some way you could jag Penrith come playoff time, even Ivan Cleary saying he doesn't believe at the moment that they've got the commitment to force ahead and win 4. He doesn't think they can make the grand final from what he's saying, and it looks a little bit that way.
Well, the next couple of games against the Rabbits and the Titans, and so, you know, they couldn't actually get an easy draw against 2 teams with nothing to play for. But, you know, you are 2 points behind, points differential, pretty much the same. But you blokes got a couple of hell of a matches to play yourselves. Look, let's go back to the bunker again, mate. And it was only weeks ago, Matt, and we both know this, when the Warriors got stiffed with about 10, 15 minutes to go against you lot. And, you know, Graham Annesley comes out on the Monday and says it's unacceptable. Now, with the Stephen Crichton shoulder, it's called a substantial error. I mean, how are we meant to react to this after the event? I'm not saying that the Warriors would have won either game, because in the end, the Bulldogs are a better team. We saw that you ran away with it on Friday night. But it's just so bloody frustrating, mate.
Yeah, he talks about a substantial error. I mean, it clearly happened. It was a substantial shoulder to the head. Tuivasa-Sheck got up, stumbled, couldn't play the ball. And at that moment, I think everyone watching the game thought he's gone. He's gone to the bin. And I think that everyone who watches the game would have accepted that call at the time. I mean, my question is what is the explanation? Forget about Graham Annesley. What is the explanation from the bloke that made the call? Because all year And Annesley talked about this yesterday. All year, NRL fans have become used to the fact that blokes are being sent pretty quickly for those kind of contacts. So the reason we were shocked that he didn't is because we're so used to it happening. So if we're all so used to it happening, how in the hell is the bunker not able to make that call immediately? And look, nobody loves Stephen Crichton of the Dogs more than me, but you've got to be honest about it. He should have gone. How do you fix those kind of errors? Well, mate, I don't even know, because that wasn't even marginal. It wasn't close. If you get that wrong, you potentially could get anything wrong. So it's a bit of a sad indictment on the way that bunker works and how individual it is. I mean, there has been some talk whether they need 2 or 3 people to run an eye over it and discuss it. But we've also talked about dragging the game out too much. I think you just need to look at it, go, he's off. We all accept these high tackles are going to be seen in that light, and that's going to be the result. And that's exactly what should have happened.
Let's look at the All Blacks versus South Africa. Is there much noise at all about the Rugby Championship coming up? Because the Wallabies play Argentina. Is there any press at all there about the World Championship of Test Rugby going on this weekend in Joburg?
Zero.
Okay.
Nusafora is going back to Scotland or Ireland or somewhere. So there's a little mention that Schmidt is going to lose another coach. And apart from that, not a skerrick. AFL goes into finals or preliminary finals or whatever they call it this weekend. It's a pretty drawn-out process they have. But Sydney are playing Great Western Sydney, the Sydney Swans and Great Western Sydney. And that has been one of the dominant stories here over the last few days. But, look, not a skerrick of rugby. Just not a mention. Been watching the news every night, been watching the sport, and it doesn't rate. And you know what? I'm a bit shocked.